Hi, my name is Terry, and you're watching Terry Tells the Story. Today, we're talking about the end of the energy crisis. We've spent 100 years digging into the earth for energy. We've mined coal, drilled for oil, and even cracked the atom. But in 2026, we're finally realizing that the big battery in the sky has been there all along. We aren't talking about rooftop solar panels that quit when the sun goes down. We are talking about space-based solar power, giant orbital mirrors beaming constant clean energy to the planet via microwaves. Today we're looking at how the galactic grid is about to change your power bill forever. So why go through the trouble of launching a power plant into orbit? Well, because Earth's atmosphere is a literal energy thief. By the time sunlight hits your roof, it's lost over 50% of its intensity to reflection and absorption by the air. And that's on a sunny day. At night, your solar efficiency is exactly 0%. But in geostationary orbit, 22,000 miles up, the sun never sets. A satellite there can harvest sunlight 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It experiences intensities 8 to 10 times higher than anything on the ground. For the first time in human history, solar is no longer an intermittent power source. In 2026, solar power is a baseload power source, just like nuclear or coal, but without the waste. Now, I know what you're thinking. Terry, are we going to be fried by a giant space laser? Well, no. The energy isn't sent back as a heat beam. It's converted into low-frequency microwaves. These waves are tuned specifically to pass through clouds, rain, and storms without losing energy. On the ground, we use a rectenna, a rectifying antenna, which is basically a giant mesh net. It doesn't look like a power plant. It looks like a massive vineyard of wire. And the best part? You can grow crops or graze cattle right underneath a rectenna. The microwave density is so low, roughly the same as standing outside in the sun, that it's safe for birds, planes, and people. It's the ultimate invisible energy cord. So what changed this year? Why wasn't this done in the 1970s? Well, 2 words: scale and cost. In early 2026, we saw the deployment of autonomous robotic assemblers. Instead of sending a finished miles-wide satellite up in one piece, we send coils of ultra-thin carbon fiber material. These robots weave the structure in zero-G. Thanks to the 2026 surge in reusable heavy-lift rockets, the cost per kilogram to orbit has dropped below $500. It is now officially cheaper to build a power plant in space than to build a traditional high-safety nuclear plant on Earth. Think about the global impact. Right now, if a country doesn't have oil or coal, they are at an economic disadvantage. But with space solar, energy is democratized. You don't need a pipeline, you just need a rectenna. In February 2026, we are seeing energy leasing agreements where satellite over the equator can beam power to a disaster zone in the mountains or a remote village in the desert instantly. We are moving from a world of the haves and the have-nots to a world of plug and play. The space race was about footprints on the moon. The new space race is about keeping the lights on at home. We are officially becoming a Type 1 civilization, and we're doing it without burning another ounce of carbon. So, the Spanish I'm going to be teaching you today is El sol nunca se pone. El sol nunca se pone. And what that means is the sun never sets. If you like this video or you learned something new, drop a like down below. If you have a specific topic that you'd like to see me cover, drop me a comment. And if you'd like to support this work that I do, there will be a link to the Cashapp in the description box below. We'll see you next time.